Bitcoin can become the functional replacement to gold in the 21st century. And I do agree with that. And I also think it's important to notice how gold's value diminished and it became less and less interesting when it stopped moving, when it stopped being the currency, when it stopped being the thing that you could trade for that was backing stuff up. It became disconnected. And that Bitcoin could have the same thing happen to it if it just becomes an asset that people hold in their giant treasuries.
Yeah, but
Victoria,
gold,
go ahead, Josh.
gold versus Bitcoin shouldn't be the argument. It's not gold versus Bitcoin, and everyone always gets this wrong. It's gold, it's Bitcoin versus fiat. That's the enemy. Gold is on our side. Gold is a great hedge. Once you've made a buttload of profit in Bitcoin, put a little bit into gold and silver. It won't hurt you, just to make sure, because hey, 6,000 years of history, you know, 15 or whatever it is now. Like, you just, a little bit of diversification is always good.
Well, the new thing they're saying, Josh, is they're saying that Bitcoin might replace real estate as the ultimate store of value. And that for generations, people have been buying land and been buying houses. And maybe it might be better to have this digital asset, this digital land, digital houses. We'll have
Yeah,
to
that's
see how
very
that
true,
goes.
actually. My granddad owned, his family had a series of properties in Wales. And during the 60s, he was selling them all off because all he got from them was, the tenants wouldn't pay any rent because most of them were too poor. And he kept getting these bills for repairs. And so he just started selling them because he thought they wouldn't be useful. And I didn't know about this until the 90s. But of course, if he'd held on until it got to the 80s and 90s, people really don't recognize that the reason property values have gone up is because of the way fiat currency has worked. In the 50s and 60s, property was not that great an investment. It's only been in the last 40 years that it's really taken off. So the people who are saying Bitcoin isn't, it's absolutely right. I'd rather rent a house and own Bitcoin. And in fact, that's exactly what I do. So
And let's go to Ben.